Hi guys, this is Rebecca Creates, and this video is just a quick tutorial on how I make my little homemade enamel dots. So I've gifted these a lot. I've put them in giveaways, and whenever I do like an embellishment box, I'll add some of these into the package. And anytime I show them in a video, people always ask how I do it. So there's tons of videos on how to do this, but I figured I would do a quick tutorial on how I do them so that anybody who comments, I could just say, go and check out my video. So all you need are these perler beads. I got these at Michael's. They were on clearance for 99 cents. Joann's a lot of times will have them 50% off. I think the regular price is like $2.99 for this 1,000 bag. So you could get them for $1.50 whenever they're on sale, and they come in solid colors, which I'm not too fond of. They come in these stripy colors, and then they come in these glittery. So I don't know if you can tell. I store them in a Ziploc so they don't get everywhere once I open it, but let me show you. These are, I don't know if you can see it with my lighting, but these are glittery. So when they melt down, they have a cute, like a little glittery look to them. So these glittery ones and these white glittery ones, so cute, is what I made these with. So this is how they look. This is the finished product. So let me turn some of them right side up. Those are the glittery ones. And then I have a few different stripy colored ones, but I just store them in whatever extra containers I have. But these, which are like my favorites, they're the ones that look like little peppermints, and I use those on Christmas projects. These cute stripy ones, they come from this kind of perler bead. So the only reason I'm not crazy about solid color ones, I feel like they don't melt well, and if the perler bead doesn't melt well, it'll give you that tiny little indentation in the top. Can you see that? So when it's on a project, you can't really tell, but if it's not melted well, you get that little dent in the middle, and that just drives me crazy. So anyway, so back to the how-to portion of this. All you need are the perler beads. You have to have a toaster oven or a regular oven, and you need something to place them on. So I use this silicone mat that came with just a baking set that I had. So once you use it for crafting, I'd suggest you don't use it for baking. And this is 9 by 6, but it's probably actually like, is it 12? No. So it's 11.5 by 8.5. This fits perfectly in my standard toaster oven. So I flip it over and I use the back. If you don't have a silicone mat, you could use like, let's see. If you have one of these like non-stick craft mats, you could cut a portion of this mat and use that in a like baking pan. So you know how toaster ovens come with those small baking pans that fit perfectly? You could use the small baking pan, a piece of craft mat, a silicone mat, or you could use parchment paper. I haven't done it with parchment paper, but there are tons of tutorials that's, you know, where people say that's what they use. I really like this silicone mat. So what I do is I place this on top of the baking pan that fits into my toaster oven. I flip the baking pan over and I just put this on top so I have a surface. And then you literally just take your perler beads, and let's see if I can zoom in to show you guys. And you just kind of line them up with a little bit of space between. So you want to give like a 1/2 inch between them. And you can fit like 100 in one shot. Once you have them all lined up, and you want to kind of do that close to your toaster oven, so you don't spill them walking over, because I have had that happen to me. You want to bake them in your toaster oven at 350 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes. That's what I do, 20 to 30 minutes at 350. Some people say lower temperature for longer. I find that the solid perler beads won't melt. So the other thing is, if you're mixing striped and solids, the striped ones for some reason melt down a lot faster than these ones. So place them on your parchment paper or your silicone sheet. Just line them up. You can get about 100 on here. Bake at 350 for 20 to 30 minutes. Then you just pull them out, let them cool off, and they actually will, like, if you're using the silicone pad especially, they'll just like peel right off. They don't stick at all. And that's it. And then I keep them separated by color, and that's how they look when they're done. The other thing is, if you're using your regular toaster oven or whatever, you want to let it air out afterwards, because technically you shouldn't be doing crafty stuff in an oven that you cook in, right? These are gray and white striped, really pretty pastel kind of color. So I've been doing this for years. I've never had anything happen to me from it, but you know, just in case, you want to be careful. So I leave the door of the toaster oven open, and then I just won't use the toaster oven the rest of the day, and that's it. For me, it's fine. I've never had an issue with smell or anything. These are a pretty translucent pink and purple. Can you see that? And if you watch them melt, you'll see that the edges of the perler beads melt first, and then they kind of solidify into that bump. So you just want to wait till they look like they've melted into this shape, and then you're good to go. And I showed you guys the one with the little dent, and that's how they look if they haven't finished baking. So you just leave them in there. If they need to go a little longer than 30 minutes, let it go a little longer. But yeah, that was just a quick tutorial on how I make my perler bead, my enamel, perler bead enamel dots. So let me know what you guys think, and if you make these as well and you have a different technique, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to check out your technique. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.